Hi, this is Kortan Toygar from YT Law Office, together with my colleague.
Hello, I'm Attorney Azizerli.
Today, we are going to speak about the mediation process in Turkey. You remember last time we spoke about how to collect account receivables in Turkey. As a part of the account receivable collection, we thought that it's better to speak about mediation process, right?
Correct.
So, as a start, what are the two types of mediation in Turkey?
So the two types of mediation in Turkey are mandatory and voluntary mediation types. As the litigation workload increased, the legislators decided to make the mediation process mandatory for a bunch of different litigation and legal disputes, with account receivables being one of them. It's a litigation requirement to first go through the mediation process. And the second type being voluntary mediation, which is not, as the name suggests, mandatory. The parties can freely agree to attend it prior to litigation phase, during the litigation phase, or just completely out of the litigation phase.
That's good. I mean, voluntary and mandatory, two types. But why a person on the street should go for mediation voluntary rather than going to a court? Or what is its effect? Can you speak about that?
So the effects of a mediation process and a mediation decision, it's the same as a court order. It's considered as a judgment. So what the effect is it kind of lets the parties skip the long litigation process and goes directly into enforcement by utilizing that specific mediation decision.
I mean, what is the timeline? For instance, for a commercial dispute, let's say an account receivable, I go to mediation in front of the mediator. What is the duration of time to complete the mediation process?
It depends. It usually takes at most a week. And by a week, I mean the parties can maybe not agree on the principal aspects of the dispute. So the mediator might decide to postpone it to a second meeting and give a certain small amount of time for the parties to kind of discuss or go over their issues.
What is the maximum duration, for instance, in the mandatory mediation for commercial disputes?
So for commercial disputes, the maximum time is 6 weeks, and the mediator in specific cases can extend it 2 weeks more, if especially necessary.
It's pretty fast process, I assume.
Compared to litigation, it's much faster.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the approximate commercial dispute in a court lasts at least 2 to 3 years.
Correct.
Without adding up the
Appeal process.
appeal process. Yeah, right. Okay, that's understood. And what is the role of the mediator?
So the mediator by law is required to be neutral, result-oriented, and objective. Their role in the whole process is to try and help the parties settle the disputes. It's to explain the importance of mediation, what can be done, what cannot be done. And as stated, since these mediation decisions are considered as a judgment, one of the more important roles is that they have to make sure that the final decision they reach is in law with the relevant legislation and regulations regarding that dispute.
Good. I mean, that's a good process. One, I think, important question hit my mind is the costs. What are the costs? For instance, in a commercial dispute, what is the cost? Can you give a rough estimation?
So the costs change each year. The Department of Mediation, they set a specific minimum wage, that minimum fee tariff to determine these costs, especially for commercial disputes where the dispute involves money. We have a certain percentage that the mediator takes. So for 2025, for the first 300 Turkish liras, it's 6%. So the costs of the mediator is going to be 6% of the first 300,000. As that amount increases, so as it goes to the next 480 Turkish liras, the mediator's costs decreases to 5%, and so on. It goes.
I see. So there is this threshold and the numbers are decreasing depending on the amount of
Correct.
Okay. And who pays the bill?
So the fee tariff states that the parties equally share the costs, but the parties are free to decide otherwise. So a party may just, in hopes to finalize the process faster, they might decide to completely take on the costs and pay the mediator fees as a whole.
So easygoing process for you folks as well.
Correct.
Last but not least, can you describe the scope of mediation? I mean, each dispute can be a part of the mediation process, or there are some restrictions on that?
So there are some restrictions regarding what can be a mediable dispute.
Yeah.
So basically, if a dispute, if it concerns public order, the general rule is it can't be made a subject in the mediation phase. So account receivables, commercial disputes, in their nature, they're not directly related to public order. So they can be a subject for a mediation process.
Parties are free to negotiate and agree on the terms.
As an example, custody. According to Turkish Civil Code, custody is related to the public order, so it can't be made a topic for the mediation process.
Well, that's a nice coverage, I guess, for the mediation. I think we had a good conversation together. Let's move forward with another topic next time.
Of course.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.